Welcome once again, man, by Big D and Charlie, man. Back to Big D and Charlie, man. Hey, man, appreciate all the love and support for the last videos. Thank y'all, man, for standing us with us. On this summer right here, man, it's going to be a little bit more, how can I say, violent. The name of this video going to be called Peep the Plot.
Wow.
Yeah, man. Folks get a little violent on this, my boy.
Peep the plot.
Peep the plot. What I used to always tell you.
If you see it, buzz it up.
Before it become a what? A plan. Peep the plot. See, here's the thing, man. This is what I learned early on, and I learned this in diagnostic. If you see a group of people plotting on you in prison, the best thing for you to do is go on ahead and bust it up. Because once they come up with a plan, boy, it going in motion.
So just for the viewers, how you bust it up? And it weighs, but what's your way?
Kick the door in, home, boy. Go on in, go on.
But that could, I mean, before we get into the episode, that could consider as crashing out.
Oh, yeah, most definitely. And that's what it is.
Yeah.
You know, listen, we had made a pact, man. Me and this dude, him, had said, man, only thing we trying to do is survive. And that by any means necessary. And hopefully God guide us in this, because, you know, we in the land, we in the belly of the beast. I prayed every night for bro. And I'm pretty sure he prayed every night for me. We weren't walking without faith. We were walking in the midst of faith. And we ain't never been that close to faith. He was in it then. But the thing is, we are where we are. And man, when things go down enough, it gets serious. And if you are on the plate, man, you better figure out a way to get off of it. You know what I'm saying? I'm serious, man. So, hey, man, I got to do what I got to do. I had to get busy. I'm going to get busy. I'm going to get out. I'm going to do what I got to do. You know what I mean? I ain't trying to go to war with everybody, but, you know, you have to pick your battle sometime.
Yeah.
You have to pick
right. You got to pick the battle, boy.
You got to pick the battle sometime, man, you know. But you know what you got to stand on. You got to stand on something.
Man,
you'll fall. Oh, most definitely. That's without saying. You know what I mean? I don't even have to announce that. I already had it in my mind.
And I can say that now. Like, you know, now they say stand on business in this era. Even though we was doing that back then, we just weren't using that term. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, you know, you got to stand on business. But this one called Peep the Plot, man. And I learned this in diagnostic. So
you still in 4.
Still in 4.
You don't get out of 4.
We're going, because this is the introduction. I'm thinking like all this going on in diagnostic, man. This him got done. You know, this is just diagnostic. I want people to understand it, because they ain't been there. We've been there. You see what I'm saying? And we know that it's
in the moment. They call it in the moment.
Well, I'm in the moment. So I'm not talking about now that I done survived it and got away from all that mess and stuff. I'm talking about in the moment. And I'm trying to get people to understand how real they get, how fast it really get. At this point, we ain't been out there for 3 weeks. I hadn't been out there for 3 weeks. And all this occurring. It had been 3 weeks.
Yeah, you fresh off the street.
I'm fresh off the street, baby. I don't, you know, it's real. And, you know, and see, I'm trying to get them to understand how quickly things was developing. And also, I want y'all to understand, they had a term that goes on through the Georgia State Prison, what they call people who come from Alto, they call it Alto babies. The reason why they call us Alto baby, because Alto was the only prison in the state of Georgia that had its own diagnostic. And you go from that diagnostic across, they got other diagnostic centers that you can go be long-term there. But everybody who came out of that diagnostic, unless they signed PC or stayed in the hole until they got turned, you gonna stay at that.
What about Reedville? I don't know nothing about it.
No, I think Reedville bust in from Jackson. I mean, well, how it was back in the day, if you was young, you came through Alto, then they sent you to Reedsville.
Yeah.
You went through the diagnostic center, but I don't think Reedsville ever had its own diagnostic center.
I think they said 21 and under.
Huh?
21 and under going to
Alto.
Yeah.
And whatnot. While we was there, the reason why we stayed so long, because you remember they changed the platform. They just made it a closed security camp. They stopped making it just a youth offender, even though they brushed in juveniles and all those other things.
Section off with them though.
Yeah, we sectioned out front with them, and but But they had started bringing in older inmates because they were trying to change the whole.
Yeah, trying to show how to do time.
Yeah. Because we come in, it was one way, and that's the only way we knew how.
One way survive.
Yeah. So yeah, man. So boom, we in Dawn 4, and you remember the new dance for show?
Yeah, come on TV.
Yeah, and the only TV that actually showed the show was the one in the back.
Yeah, you're right.
And the white boys used to go back there and watch the country music station back there. So,
I know where you're going now. Okay.
Yeah, you remember him? That's why I call it Peep the Plot.
Peep the Plot.
Yeah. So boom, every weekend about 6:00, that new dance show come on, and that was the thing. It's like Soul Train. I think.
In fact, it was on Saturday.
Yeah, on Saturday. At 6:00 that night, at the child, everybody shoot back there to that back TV because it's like Soul Train. And it was like, I think it was based out of Detroit. No, I wouldn't know. You know what I'm saying? I know they used to have that song, Time for the Percolator. It's time for the percolator. Every time they didn't damn but one song that go down the Soul Train, Time for the Percolator.
So, was a hit song.
Yeah. But anyway, everybody used to go back there and watch this show. The white boys back there watching country music station or racing or whatever they watch. And this dude from Augusta, and we're going to just call him Augusta Black. He goes back there. So everybody like, hey, man, we trying to catch a show. We watching this. There was one of the white boys saying, we watching this. The leader of the crew. It was about like 6, 7 white boys in there. He said, nah, man, we always watch the new dance show. Well, Augusta Black wasn't trying to be reasonable. He wasn't a reasonable human being. He went back there. He just turned the TV and said, I damn one of y'all hoes to touch the TV. I damn one of y'all slap shit out of you. This is his word. That's what he said. No, yeah, we can't. I found out. We can't.
No.
One night. I just, certain things he ain't gonna say, but that wasn't curse. That's what he said. But yeah. What he said, yeah. And that's how people talk back then, so that's what he said. And they moved so they got somewhere. They tore it down. We watched the new dance show and everything. Fast forward, whole entire week. I never seen no white boy.
2 weeks.
No, it wasn't. It was just a week.
A week. Okay.
A whole week. The white boys used to go back there every day and watch that country music station video. They stopped on. They didn't go back there for a whole entire week. They didn't go nowhere near it.
And let me hit you with this here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you come in on me because I was asleep when all this was going on. Mm-hmm. I'm third shift orderly. I work at night, so I sleep, more in the daytime. So he gonna come behind me, but when I woke up, I just see chaos.
All out chaos.
I mean, when I say chaos, I mean chaos. I mean, by my bunk, people getting hit with objects, locks, whatever. And it looked like this race was more dominant. But as I checked the flow, I was just making sure that there wasn't nobody in my circle. In my circle, what we call back then is someone who you kicking with, rocking with. You know what I'm saying? And so, I kind of fell back a little bit, but
Hey, man. But, yeah, because you was asleep when it all started. Yeah. So I'm finna get to the part how it started. Mm-hmm. So, boom. All week, now mind y'all, all week, these guys haven't been nowhere near this TV. And the day, that Saturday, when we came back from chow, all of a sudden, they go back to the TV. They watching the TV. So, it was this guy that slept in my cut. You know what I mean? He was from Augusta, too. He hadn't been down there about a couple of weeks. I came like a week before him. And he was like, man, we're going to watch that new dance show. And I was like, man, I don't know. Like that. He said, man, I got to watch the new dance show. He shoots across the hall, right? He goes across the Skid Row, what we call Skid Row, because the bunks was lined up facing each other on both sides. He goes across Skid Row to his homeboy, which is Augusta Black. Augusta Black sitting at the bed on the bunk gambling, so he's really not studying none of that that's going on with the new dance show. Ain't got none of that going on with the new dance show, right? And so he come back across the hall, because I can't hear what they saying, but I can see Buddy like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Go ahead and look at it. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You know what I mean? So he come back over there and said, man, shit, man. Man, I got to see the new dance show, man. They got a little red chick on there, man. She bad, man. I got to see her. So I'm like, hey, man, something ain't right about this. Because I'm starting to, this don't make any sense. Why would you come right now when you know it's going to be some drama?
And at that time, I was still asleep.
You was still asleep. And that's why I'm telling him, like, why at this time would these folk do that if they know it's still going to be some drama? Fat boy. Okay. Yeah. He think it's funny. He like, man, shit. Man, won't over there and take it. Take TV. I do. I just take it. He looking at me, winking, like, you know what I mean? Because Buddy, he was semi-crack, damn it. I said, man, don't do that, man. I said, hey, man, chill out, man. Don't just let them folk have this, man. All that. I'm finna go over there and get the TV. He walks over there. So where the TV was and where my cut is, it's like 3 bunks going to like a wall. The TV sits right there. So I can walk out my cut and see directly what's going on. I see his hand moving, saying something. Then I see him reach for the TV. I turned off thinking that he done took it. And that thing, I know, I look up. He locked up with a white boy. They coming down Skid Row. They flipping. Blue, doom, doom. Mm-hmm. The police run down there. Break it up, break it up, break it up, break it up. He haven't even got on the radio. He just trying to break the fight up because it just looked like a too stupid fight. And when they break it up, boom, I see bruh stand up because now he already had his jumpsuit off. You know what I mean? You know, that jumpsuit tied down like this, huh? He stood up. He looked at me, but he had no shirt on. He looked at me. Took a deep breath. Turned around. He had a hole in the back of his head about this big.
Damn.
Blood said, bloop. And he fell. I'm talking about he fell like somebody had hit him. He fell. Boom. I rolled in the back of his head. I said, what the hell? When I looked again, now all this is happening like this. The white boy got a lock. He got his loop in his sock. Y'all want to rock? Let's rock. And when he said that, all hell broke loose. Now, mind you, the white boy was right there like 3 steps in front of me, and he looking at me. But the police come at him. He tried to swing the lock at the police. The police catch his arm and flip him. By that time, he heard, pop! Ah! And I don't know if anybody ever heard the sound of lock hitting skin when you're listening for it, but it's making like a pop sound. You hear a man holler, ah! There's a dude from Atlanta. He didn't even realize what was going on. He was just standing there. It just fired on him because he was standing there by the TV. And all hell broke loose. All type of chaos, other chaos, people running in all directions. White boys got the locks. Nobody was ready for this, so nobody really was armed. But you seen a couple of black dudes got scrapping up with there. They were grabbing lock, dropping in the sock. And then you had some cats walking around like that because they didn't know what was going on. And man, it just broke out. It just broke out, man. And I think this is about around the time you woke up. But I told Fat Boy like, man, what's up, man? Let go. I said, man, this ain't got nothing to do with us. Man, they hit the wall and just stay out of that, man. We got to survive. He said, man, but how? I said, man, we got to survive. We just met that man 2 weeks ago. Just started talking to him for a week. I'm not going to go through all this for no week. Got no conversation. I ain't made friends with him yet. He cool. I like to do.
You lie with him there.
Oh, and we ain't made no alliance because I'm feeling like you gonna roll with your homeboys anyway. Because this is what I was seeing. You see what I'm saying? I'm just seeing what I'm seeing. So me and him hit the wall, man. Whew, they end up, man. I can just give you images that I seen. I seen the tall dude that came in with Buddy who got hit with the first dude who slept in my cut.
My Gus Black. No, you
I'm talking about Gus Black. It was a tall 6'7". They were talking about they was brothers. They both came in at the same time. I seen him like to throw a dude through the window. The only thing was saving because they got them balls right there. He stuck in and he hitting like when them hard like the hand. Yeah. Like I said, golly. And I seen like they had one little white down bad. They were beating them with a lot, but they had that one that started the lead of it. Oh, he was getting it in, boy. I give it to him. He was getting it in like to him, wow, and throwing the hands. He wasn't going. No, he was working his way up the.
I'm gonna get it back to
Skid
you.
row.
I'm gonna get it back to you, but I had to iterate on this one though.
Yeah,
Even though I had touch before you did,
yeah,
that's you see little things happen.
yeah.
People trying to get booed up, people trying to get their store good took, but that's probably the first time I seen actually bloodshed.
Yeah.
I mean, like people can lose their life.
Yeah, that type of stuff, that man.
Yeah, so
man, big up Gus the Black, Gus the Black man.
Yeah,
Terminator, man.
Yeah,
I on took about 2 on to the D zone.
Yeah,
we got done shook it off.
Yeah,
shook it off.
I think we had said in a couple of episodes that we won't call no names, but
yeah.
we'll just say Gus the Black. But
yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
boy,
yeah.
Applaud to him. He's 10 toes. When you say 10 toes,
he was in the mix.
I ain't riding the bubble.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I had to give it to him, man.
He had a few of his homeboys that literally left him out there, ran.
Yeah, they left him out. Know what I mean? Because that's who they really wanted. Because he was the one that took the team that what's his name?
Yeah.
They were laying on him. It just Buddy jumped out though. You know what I'm saying? So
but back to, on the serious note, that's the first time I seen man, you can you can lose your life in this.
Because it was a lot of blood. It was real blood. And it was blood everywhere.
When I say blood, it means the type of blood where you can smell.
Yeah, you can smell the blood. That's how much blood was out there. You know what I'm saying? And like I told Fat Boy, we hit the wall. I don't even know where Slim was. I didn't try to go look for him or nothing because, like I said, he had faded away from me. He was kicking it with the Augusta boys because they were the deepest. They never significantly dropped that to death because a lot of them went to the hole behind this situation. But yeah, man, that's the first time I had seen something like that is too. That much blood and bloodshed at one point in time. It was like you could smell it. It was like, and I was like, man, what I don't got myself into? You know what I mean? Because that thought gonna go through your mind. You trying to be like, keep us, you know what I mean? Like, this ain't nothing face, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Hey, boy, this ain't nothing. I don't seen all this before, but man, good and well, you ain't seen nothing like this, huh, man?
Sure.
You ain't never seen nothing like this, huh? And ain't nobody that ever seen like that.
I'm gonna say that right here, at that age group, 15 to 18, you might have seen, the play in the streets or whatever, but just like something brutal.
Yeah.
That was like shocking.
Yeah.
That was like, hey boy, it's serious. And that's when your mind frame changed and hey boy, I'm staying on business. I got to get home. You know what I'm saying? And as me and him talk, you know what I'm saying? And that was our main goal, main object. Is trying to get home, man.
Yeah. Trying to survive, man. Trying to make sure we got to get out, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Manhood intact. Make sure we didn't got too many scars on them. You know what I mean? Even though I got some
I caused a couple of them then.
Shit. This one?
I'll holler your name, man. You want to say that.
We gonna talk about that, man.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But
yeah.
But down the road, you gonna meet some player. You gonna meet some player partners. You gonna meet somebody that you gonna vibe with. Somebody you gonna lock in with. Somebody you gonna show some love with. And it ain't gotta be nobody out the city. It can be somebody from different cities. But At the end of the day, man, our goal was to get home to our family.
And thank God that we made it.
Bingo.
And thank
Because
God that we made it. But yeah, so when we came to that point, that's what we were saying. But that day, that night, it resonated in my mind about when you see him plot, bust it up.
that's his motto. It wasn't mine.
Yeah, you got to. You know what I mean? Especially now. I can't let nobody sit around and plot on me. Because once they get a plan.
What my motto was? What my motto was? I ain't had none of that.
Nah, you ain't had nothing. Just crash out, dog. There you go.
Yeah. And I was there for you, boy.
Yeah.
Man, come on, man. I don't care if it's about basketball, gambling, whatever it is. Any type of plot, whisper. What you say? Bust it up.
Bust it up. I got to bust it up, man. I can't sit there and let you come up with no plan for me, man.
That's right.
Seriously, man. Y'all is not finna put everybody in position to come at me. And you know, man, and honestly, I think that's like a life lesson that even though I wouldn't react the same way out here that I would in there, but you know what I mean? Because out here you got to be thoughtful and mindful of people. You know, you have people that plot against you, they want the worst for you.
Right now. Boy, you just drew me in on something. And I know he gonna end. I would let him end the episode, but you got to be mindful, man. You don't just hurt yourself. Man, you hurt the people that care for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's why I always try to stress that point. Get it to you. Consequences.
Yeah.
And like I said, man, I shoot at my young generation, but this could be for anybody who's going through it.
Yeah, and that's for sure. You know, that's anybody that going through it, man. And that's the main thing. But I'm trying to reach the younger ones. You know what I mean? Because I'm trying to give them some core ideas about how they could go about their life. And you got to also what he said is so true. Because when you're in that courtroom, a lot of time the people who actually love you is going to be the ones there to support you.
Wow.
Standing there with you. And at the same time, you thinking like this has happened to me, but they got to be the one that carry.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
So when I got your method down about busting it up.
Yeah.
When I try to, why you always put the collar on me when I see the plot coming?
Because it's the way you go about it, bro. And this matter of fact, I'm glad you said that because this is gonna hold over to the method, the message that I'm trying to preach on this episode. It's not always about the way that you bust it up. You got to be kind of tactical about how you bust up a plot. See, you don't never see what I be seeing in certain situations. You thinking like they plot, go in there and get them, and handle the business.
That's it.
That's what's your mind.
Yeah.
But what I'm seeing is, man, we might not make it out of this.
That's another episode. I didn't see it. I don't think I know where to bust it up.
I don't know if we gonna make it out of this now. You know what I mean? Yeah. But now, yeah, we gonna be an episode. We elaborate, but I ain't gonna say we ain't gonna call it this. But yeah, it's just I see what you don't see. I see the plot, and I'm with all busting it up. But sometimes you can go through and litigate it by just talking, having a conversation. See, especially later on in our bid when you were respected, more respected. You know what I mean? That it was easier for you to be able to go and have a conversation.
Yeah, you always told me that.
Then just go in there with the fist, lock or shank or whatever. Because a lot of time when we were seeing this, when you ready to crash out, they wasn't gonna take weapons. Yeah, it was a lot more of them than you was thinking.
Yeah, because you told me, you like, look, Charlie, you got your respect. Hey, man.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Chill out, man. Chill out, bro. You know what I mean? Because, hey, man, at that point right now, you ain't hunting respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah. You ain't trying to survive, bro. You hunting rep. You want rep. I'm the hog. Me, big one. Big Charlie.
That's why you was always think.
Big Charlie. But see, you can't when you see people plotting against you, man, sometimes all you do is take a conversation, man. You know, be smart about how you move, man. Don't lead them to doing something that's gonna end up hurting you more. Because then ultimately what you're doing, ultimately what you're doing is you are helping them accomplish the goals they were set out to do in the first place. That's the whole thing about it. So if people come for you or do anything to try to harm you and hurt you, then and you take the high road and find another way out around that. So we was in a closed environment, so there's no running from that. You know what I mean? If somebody plotting on you, I got to see this person every day. I got to sleep in the dorm with this person. I got to go to eat with this person. I'm going to be caught slipping so many times. So I cannot allow them to come to a point where they can come and attack me. So I'm going to bust it up through either conversation or the way that they want to get down. You know what I mean? I'm going to have to. I got no choice. And I always go for the head. That's why I always tell you, like, nah, I'm good. And I catch somebody by themselves and see if they're going to drop. Meaning let they, you know what I mean, hang. See if you really about what you saying that you about. Yeah, your test can hang. See if you really about what you saying.
Yeah.
Because
we ain't got no help.
Yeah, we ain't got no help. We ain't got no help. And I ain't saying I'm bad. I'm a big bad butt. Now, I'm not going to sit there and tell you that. I can take a L just like the next man.
Right.
You know what I mean? But I'm going to tell you to him, after we get through, we ain't going to want to do it again. I promise you that. You ain't going to want to go down that road no more. And that was the whole thing, the whole entire thing about it. Like, peep plot, man. Pay attention. Keep your head on the swivel.
On this right here.
Yeah.
It's just back to what I was piggyback on consequences, man. You got to when it occurred, when it hit you face to face, like in my early years, I ain't gonna say I couldn't think, but it was always attack it. Sometimes you ain't gotta attack the situation. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes attacking the situation could be your wrong decision. I think they have this either 3 to 5 seconds where you can say, hey man, you know what I'm saying, you think or whatever, pause, whatever, however it is. The 3 to 5 second rule is you thinking for not only yourself, but for the next person, the situation, or for the people who care for you. Because when you get into something, you're hurting people who care for you.
Just as well as yourself. And you cannot care about yourself more than you care about the people who care for you.
Bingo.
And that will hurt you more. Because, you can accept your fate. But why do I have to drag these people through the hell I chose for myself?
Wow. And then when you get in that situation, you like, well, why you ain't this, or why you ain't doing this, or why? Look what you did. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. Big facts.
Yeah, look what you did.
Yeah.
You had an option.
Yeah.
You had a choice.
Yeah. You had an option.
Life is built on choices.
Yeah.
That's what I learned through my
No matter how limited they seem, a lot of time, a lot of people don't have the courage to check the other choices around them. Might not have the resolve to fight through the harder, go down the harder road. But I promise you, man.
It's called adversity. Bro.
Yeah. I mean, fight through adversity. Yeah. But then what I'm saying is, if you just pay attention, bro. Just fight through that adversity, man. Because I promise you, the fight that you're going to end up in the middle of, it's going to be way harder if you had to just decide to make the right choice and decision, man. Stay out of prison, man. Stay out of the streets, man. All that over with.
Hold on. This next episode, I'm going to consult with him.
Yeah.
I'm going to consult with him about this next episode, and I'm going to try to go over here with it. I'm going to see what he say, though.
You got to consult with me. You know what I mean? This platform is for both of us, man. That's you know what I mean? So, you let me take the lead, but always we sit down and we talk about what we're going to talk about. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And if you say that what you want to do, man, I'm going to let you take the lead on it, let you do what you do. You know what I mean? Let you speak on what you want to speak on, man. You know what I mean? Because it's therapeutic for both of us, not just me, you as well.
In that thing.
All right, homie. You know what I mean? Till the next time, man. Big D and China, man. Subscribe, like, and share. Hit that notification bell before you get the notification for the next
Always
video, man.
love, boy.
Always love, man.
Appreciate you.
Until the next time, man.
Be
Appreciate
blessed,
it.
man.
Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Be blessed.